I need everybody to share this video. Everybody that's in this live, I need you to share this video. Hey, Miss Chosen. What's up, Melissa? Misguided. Let's go. Share this video. I'm going to let y'all get on up in here. I know a lot of people live, and I know Bozo over that line and carrying on and carrying on. And so the question is, who is Don Russell? Who is Dana? Who is Angelo? Thank you, Ms. Abram. And I got some good news. I got some great news when it comes to Don Russell, man. Don Russell is a real one. Don Russell is most definitely a real one. I got confirmation on that. No, I ain't go put my sources out there, but Don Russell is really for Robert Sylvester Kelly. The reason I titled Get Those Likes Up. Yeah, Dana J line. Somebody said, Dana J said that, oh, he ain't the face. And let me get this off the screen real quick. Because today, this is one of those videos I'm asking everyone to share. Now, it's a purpose for me making this video because this is the video that a lot of people need to see and understand that R. Kelly is innocent. R. Kelly been railroaded. He been sabotaged. And Lifetime was a joke. Okay? So I need everybody to share this video. Share this video. I'm not going to do my commentary until I see the likes goes up, until everybody type share, 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 share. Share this video. Share this video. Fuck Dana J. Dana J is a distraction. He just come with the same old 2019 shit. I'm more man and more credible than he ever will be. And the word is true. I've been saying it since I've been in this fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly, that Dana J do not know Robert Sylvester Kelly. He is a fan. I got confirmation today. Dana is a fan. The defense fund is a fraud. Let me make sure I get my words right. Let me get my words right. Dana is a fraud, and he is only a fan. Dana J is just a fan. Yo, R. Kelly don't know him. Let me give y'all the business. Let me give y'all the business. Let me give y'all the business. Can't tell you all how I got the business, but just know this is the business. R. Kelly do not know Dana J. Facts. Dana J was just a fan who came with a group of people pretending to be somebody that he's not. I've said this over and over again that Dana J inserted himself in this whole R. Kelly fight. Now, straight out the horse's mouth. Straight out the horse's mouth. Translated through and y'all know I don't come in here and just be shooting no breeze. Reliable source. Dana J is just a fan. He don't know R. Kelly. He don't know R. Kelly. I've said this last year, this year. Dana J inserted himself and is part of the takedown of Robert Sylvester Kelly along with Angelo Clary. That's why they are able to converse with each other on a laughing matter. Okay? Now, the video that I'm about to play is a video that we all watch, and that's a fact video. And this video needs to be heard again. So without further ado, share this live. This needs to be reminded of what Azriel said. The only reason Azriel flipped on R. Kelly because she was around Larry McGee. Larry McGee played a factor in Azriel flipping on R. Kelly. And that's facts, Jack. So this video is the one that need to be shared, played, to go back down memory lane. I want to say this personally. Don Russell is the truth. He been stand up. He been in his fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Dana J is the fraud. The reason why Dana J like Don Russell, because Don Russell is closer than R. Kelly. He is jealous of Don Russell connection with R. Kelly, and he is just a fan trying to be somebody that in reality he ain't nobody. He himself. That's why he is jealous of Don Russell. Don Russell, and you heard me say this, is the truth. And that's facts, Jack. This ain't no allegedly. This ain't no, oh, I think it is. I feel it in my heart. Don Russell is the truth. He's solid. He been saying it. Regardless of what Dana J try to put out there about Don. Don, I think, has some information that can help Robert Sylvester Kelly out. And listen to these words. Don is solid. Dana J is just a fan and a fraud. That's why he's steady pushing the R. Kelly Defense Fund, because he's a fraud. Again, he used Sylvia. He used these group of women to make it seem like he was ahead of everything. And I said this before. He used these group of women to make it seem like he was head of everything, and he wasn't. Okay? Listen to me real good, y'all. That's why he was at the court building. That's why he went to the gym, the cigar bar. He was stalking R. Kelly because he knew something that was coming down the pipeline when it came to Robert Sylvester Kelly. So he had to insert himself. He had to insert himself in this whole R. Kelly situation. And I want to bring this back to your attention because what you're about to listen to is very important again. Okay? All right? This is the part that makes a lot of sense. Don is the truth. Then I'm going to go with Angelo. Tell you all about Angelo. Listen to this.
What is your relationship, both of you, with R. Kelly?
We're with him.
That's our
We're with
relationship.
him. That's what it is.
And we're in a relationship with him.
Right.
We just said it.
A very strong relationship as
Both
well.
of you.
Yes, most definitely.
How do we say this without being inappropriate? Is this a three-way relationship, or do you each have a separate relationship with him? How does this work?
Well, both
I'm curious.
Yeah.
We both have our individual relationships with him, and
Right.
we are our family all together. We have our moments where we sit and watch movies all together. We go to amusement parks all together.
I'm not talking about Azrael going to movies and sitting watching, going to parks. I'm talking about, is it a three-way sexual relationship?
Sexually, well, first of
between
all,
the
I'm
three
not
of you?
here to talk about my personal life,
Okay.
and I would never share with no one
Share
what I
this
do
video.
outside of the bedroom. And as a woman, I'm sure you would not either.
No, I wouldn't, but
Okay, then.
but-
So,
no, you're
next
right.
question.
No, you're right. I would not, but this is a very different circumstance.
It's
And
not
I
a
think
different
it's a fair
circumstance. There are
question.
people all over the world who have multiple girlfriends. It's no different.
Do both of you all believe you're in love with him?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
Should your
No.
parents be concerned?
No.
Why?
Well, my
This is
parents
the truth right
knew
here.
where I have always been. For 4 years, they have known. They know that I've been well taken care of.
They never thought you were missing, Azrael. They just were wondering if you were okay.
Well, my parents have actually came to Chicago and seen me a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to them.
Y'all
They
hear
tried to
that?
answer my calls.
You know what they say? They say that you were brainwashed. I talked to your dad last night. He says, my daughter is brainwashed, and he's very concerned. He said he was here 2 days ago, and you wouldn't even look him in the eye.
Okay, I wouldn't look him in the eye because he's a liar. And he's a manipulative liar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll tell you why they're concerned, Azrael, because they say she's 17. We found text messages that indicated that she was having sex with R. Kelly when she was 17. Is that true?
No, that is a lie. That is a lie. I was not having sex with him at 17.
Why would they want to lie about you, their daughter?
Okay, so when I first met Robert, my parents told me to lie about my age. So when I met him, he thought that I was 18. On top of that, when I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what
Yes.
she's saying. Why are you nodding in agreement with what she's saying?
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money, and
Your
they're
parents,
scamming.
you're saying the same thing?
Well, both of our parents are basically out here to trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened, with music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
This is the first time hearing, to be honest with you, that your parents are trying to get money from R. Kelly.
Okay.
Because your father told a very different story
Yeah.
to me last night.
Yeah, he's the manipulative. He's very manipulative. So he's the one you need to watch out for. But my dad and my mom, they started to send threats to both me and him. They said, I'll put all your naked pictures all over the world. I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to ruin him. If he doesn't send $20,000 to this bank account by Monday, I'm going to put everything out there and then $10,000 after that. You're trying to solicit me like I'm some hoe. I'm not. I'm your child.
Exactly.
Yeah, you sound very angry with your parents. You sound very angry and very pained. Tell me, Azrael, why you're crying. Tell me.
I'm crying because you guys don't know the truth. You guys believe in some facade that our parents are saying. This is all lies for money. And if you can't see that, you're ignorant and you're stupid. That's because you want to be. All because that's the world we live in. Negativity sells. Gossip is what sells. Rumors are what sells.
Exactly.
But Jocelyn and Azrael, this is more than gossip. This is more than just rumors. These are decades of allegations against Robert Kelly.
We're not here to talk about decades. We're here to talk about what our parents are doing right now.
Right.
And what they're doing right now is all for money.
Right.
Now, both sets of parents deny ever asking Kelly for money or receiving.
Okay. Now, that part of the video is so important, y'all. And that's why I need everybody listen to my voice. If you never heard me, listen to me. Fuck Dana J. Fuck Angelo. We know who they is. They working together, y'all. And for y'all just to come in, let me say this to y'all. I need y'all to share this video. R. Kelly do not know Dana J. He do not know Dana J. And it's facts. Very reliable source. Facts. Now, this ain't no channel where a motherfucker say, be on here talking about, yeah, well, Rob called me, blah, 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 blah. He didn't call me. So I want to get that clear either. But somebody that knows somebody, very reliable somebody, that sat down face to face with somebody, questioned Dana J. Dana J is just a fan who brought a group of people around and made it seem like he was the man by that's doing all these spectacular things when the people he brought around was really the real fans. That's what Dana J did. I've said this, and now that I heard with my own ears, what was said about Dana J, he is just a fucking fan. I've been said that nigga was a fraud. Now let me go back down memory lane because I'm going to show y'all some Angelo shit that I keep telling y'all. When you look, listen, and learn, and you go back on some of the things that's been said with Angelo, it has to raise a red flag. Okay, let me address Dana J real quick because I know he's starving for my attention. I started talking about this R. Kelly stuff on Facebook. Okay, I was always in the Kills Facebook group doing lives, playing R. Kelly music while I'm working, eating chicken, blah, 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 blah. Okay? When I first knew of Dana J, he popped up in with a video. Now, I was making videos already, putting them in the group. Then I was suggesting, we do a fucking R. Kelly listening party. All of a sudden, I see Dana J come up in the group. Now, it serves me correct. Big Marshall was making videos as well in this R. Kelly group. And so what I put in the R. Kelly group, I said, who the fuck is this Dana J dude just popped out of nowhere? And God is my witness. And a matter of fact, I'm going to go get that video from Facebook and show you when they was trying to allege that Dana J raped the girl Jasmine. And it was people like Darlene April, saying, don't fuck with him. Don't fuck with him. I didn't listen to these people. I wanted to hear the man's story. Now I'm going to show y'all how the internet don't lie. While he's showing y'all all this shit before I was deep into this, I'm going to show y'all the video when I was driving in my car and Dana J came on my live. And I'm like, Joe, they saying you raped the person and this Jasmine and shit. He said, man, when I told y'all, he said, my mans was in her mouth. I think I got that video again. So I'm going to bring that video to y'all. Give me a second. I'm going to have to look at it again because now Facebook has it where you can go back and put a person's name in and you can look all the shit they didn't say. So anything they say about me, okay, I said it, but I clarified why I said what I said. Because some of the times I was just talking shit, shooting the breeze. But once I got invested, especially after talking to Angelo, which I'm finna show you all that video next, red flags started raising. And while I'm in Chicago, remember now, riding in my work van, eating chicken, talking about the R. Kelly case, not asking for no cash apps. And then you kept hearing Dana say, Chicago don't love R. Kelly. And it brought me the wrong way. I said, dude, just because you don't see us out here don't mean that we don't love R. Kelly. So I was trying to do a listening party for R. Kelly because I DJ and I had the spot and the spot was free. You can go watch that video too. I said, well, how am I promoting? When I saw that Dana J was having a rally, I said, well, maybe this is the opportunity to try to change that negative into positive and to show people, hey, he really for Robert Sylvester Kelly. So by me being from Chicago and a DJ and a fan of his music, I said, okay, well, let me link up with Dana J and let's try to make this happen. Come to find out how we got into this fight because people were saying he didn't want to do it with me in the first place. And he didn't even want to come to the listening party. So when I started hearing all this shade, he thought I was just another nigga from Chicago, okay? And realized I'm not. I can go grab some videos when I was hard on this nigga when I'm in Chicago and bigger than what I am now. I'm going to bring all the receipts because they all still on fucking Facebook. Facts. Now, we into it. And kept watching this dude saying, R. Kelly this, R. Kelly that, and we never saw this dude. So when I got the word that Dana is just a fan, and the only reason R. Kelly know this dude because he came with a group of women. And we all know who the women is. And them women was Sylvia, was one of them. She can vouch for that at that particular time. So Dana was trying to take over the whole Him Too movement because they was already R. Kelly fans. He was making inserting himself, and they didn't know he was inserting himself at the court building, at the fucking Trump Tower, at the gym, trying to follow R. Kelly every move, trying to get a picture he can get with him the same way he do with Doug Anton, and false advertising and false flagging in these fucking YouTube streets. He was building up off of R. Kelly's brand. And a lot of people got bamboozled by that. Share this video, y'all. If I ain't never told you nothing right, I'm going to tell you right. Now, with Don Russell, everything Don Russell been saying is the truth. He is literally trying to help R. Kelly. The reason why Dana J is mad at Don Russell, because Dana J is not close to R. Kelly. All the stories about the gym and all that, if Dana was so connected, why he ain't tell R. Kelly? Why Don tell R. Kelly? Use your brain, people. He don't know him. He just a fan. And he took that fan shit and brought it to social media and bamboozled the people because that's what he does. All you got to do is look at his track record. Any celebrity, anybody that's in the news, Dana J, hey, Samaya, Dana J uses them for clout. Same way he used R. Kelly. And it is true. He took that African dude's story who said that R. Kelly helped him through school and he made it his story. I told y'all that nigga was a fraud. I told you. That's why he asserted himself around Greenberg and tried to assert himself around Doug Anton. And I promise you, on my mama, I really think Doug Anton would she never fuck with Dana J. Can I put y'all up on some shit? Listen to me. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Today was a conference call with Robert Sylvester Kelly, and I was on the call. And at the same time the conference call was going on, Dana J doing a live trying to run a defense fund. Listen to me. Listen to me. Today, they had a conference call for Robert Sylvester Kelly, and he was on the call. I was on the call. It was free. It ain't gonna be televised. At the same time, this call was going on. Dana J was on the live trying to steal, scam off this R. Kelly Defense Fund. But here's the thing people don't want to see. While he's online entertaining the people, because he's just an entertainer, he's just a fake actor. If you so concerned about your homeboy and you know they got a fucking call with your homeboy, your mentor, why the fuck you ain't on the call? Now, I want that y'all to think about that shit. Why is it so easy for Angelo to get on Dana J's channel? You know why? You know why? Because they're coercing together to take down Robert Sylvester Kelly. Dana J got something to do with that shit. Now, I want to go back. Share this video, y'all. This is very, very important. Azriel, when she did that live on Gayle King, very important information because it's going tied up with everything else. Now, the fact that the prosecutors want to use, I guess, maybe they want to use some evidence or whatever. I feel like a lot of shit can be used to help R. Kelly be free. Since the feds want to use, the government want to use what they got, I think everything should be used to free this man. I think from Angelo having a conversation with me, I think from Alice Clary saying shit with an interview, shit that Azriel said. I think all this shit should be used in the court, and if the right lawyers do the right thing, or if the lawyers do the right thing and subpoena this shit, this man can go home. Now, I don't know what Don Russell got that can help R. Kelly. I don't know. But if it's helping him and it can help him, I pray that it helps him. So I want to bring y'all to this video. Put y'all eyes on this. Put your eyes on this. Let me see if this is the one. Yeah. Put your eyes on this. And I want you to hear these words because people always seem to say YouTube don't matter. And in my opinion, I really think it does matter. So put your eyes on this. Share this video, y'all. Y'all see that's on the screen? She is not a R. Kelly victim. Y'all see that? Let me get all this out the way. Y'all ready to play? Here we go. Pay attention. Let me get back to most.
If you were to get convicted, I, of course, would be heartbroken. I would definitely, have to continue living my life and doing what makes me happy. I know Rob, our last conversation that I had with him in Chicago, he inspired me and told me, Bear, just do what you want, do what makes you happy. He told me to continue to pursue my dreams, pursue whatever I want to pursue. And that's really all that I would be able to do. It feels like a high. I mean, it feels like, you're in love, you're happy to be in love, and you feel like no matter what you go through with this person, it's worth going through because there's no other person you would want to go through this with. And that's with, you being in love with whoever it is, not just me and Rob personally, but that could be any other person's relationship. You just feel like no matter what, the good or the bad, you want to go through it with that person. I felt like, truthfully, all of the women that have been associated with Robert, I feel like, this is me personally, once they saw him as a celebrity, not as a human being. They did not meet him at church. They didn't know him no which way, except for as R. Kelly, whether they saw him at a mall, whether they saw him at a movie theater, whether they saw him at a park, whether they saw him at a show. And so no matter what, all of them met him as a celebrity. And they were infatuated with that celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
And
same way with Angelo.
That, I feel like
same way with Dana J.
Them just dated him because of that, because of who he was, because of the life that he had, because of the life that he could provide them. A lot of them talk about how badly they were tortured, but can you talk about the shopping spree? Can you talk about you keeping your hair and nails done? Can you talk about all the great times that you had dinner and was spending money and was splurging and was so happy? Because one thing about Robert, he has a very giving heart. And there is no way at all whatsoever that he is a celebrity and he's not giving them a penny to enjoy themselves. And that's where I get so upset, because as a celebrity, he has no reason to keep you kidnapped or keep you tied up. He just has no reason to do that when he
and no reason to manipulate you.
To freely take care of you, and still, at the end of the day, whatever will happen will happen.
Shout out to Shabazz.
So for people to just say that, I was just kidnapped or I was tied up, I couldn't leave, I couldn't do this. It's like, what about the good times? I know there were good times.
What about the good times? I know that was the good times. Now, see, this stuff that is out there, this can be used as evidence to help Robert Sylvester Kelly's case. Now, from there, I want to open you up people's eyes to something. And I want to go here. I want to go here. Let me get this real quick. Give me a second. I want to go right here. Let me pull this video up. And I want you all to listen to what Angelo say. Not what DJ Tyson say. I'm just the messenger. I'm just a blogger with an opinion that I'm entitled to use the same way everybody else do. Since people tend to say everybody has an opinion to whatever the case may be, I feel like I have an opinion to share this. See, what can I find that at? Where's that at? Trying to grab this video real quick. Yeah, this is very important. If you just walked in, I need you to share this video. Here we go. Let's get it cracking. Yeah, I love this, y'all. I love this. I love this. See, sometimes you got to be.
The following program contains
You
descriptions
gotta.
of domestic violence and sexual abuse.
You got to beat the enemy with their own lies. See, 44. By the way, I do not own the rights to this material.
Contradiction of what one can do, but what did you allow them to do? This is
gift from God. She was striving to be fulfilling her.
Let's go here. When I say that it's some things that a lot of us didn't miss, and I want you to hear Angelo words, not my words, Angelo words. His words, not mine, his. You see this on the screen? Let me know if y'all can see this. Let me see if you all can hear this. Give me a sound check because I'm about to do a breakdown with this video right here.
Her life as a star.
Can y'all hear this?
You can see that she has been an aspiring singer since age 9. She have done just about every event you
can y'all hear this? Sound check.
She can travel state to state. She have done.
Now, let's that part where he says she been traveling from state to state, right? Y'all heard him say that. He says she been traveling from state to state. But now he says she's 17 years old, blah, 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 blah. And they trying to get R. Kelly for sex trafficking or whatever the fuck they trying to charge the man with. Got something to do with this flight with Ezreal, but she's been traveling from state to state. Now listen to what this man says. I'm gonna break this down to y'all.
Audience, 12,000 at soccer championship.
Let me break this down to y'all.
She met R. Kelly through a tragedy situation.
He said she met R. Kelly through a tragic situation. Did you hear that? Put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to take y'all to school on this video. Let me take y'all to school. If I was a lawyer, I'd be a bad motherfucker. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I'd be subpoenaing my ass off. I need you in here, dude. You said this. You said you ain't know R. Kelly and da-da-da-da-da. He kept you away from you. We had to subpoena this motherfucker in. If I was a lawyer, we have to subpoena. Didn't you hear that? Didn't you say, hey, man, R. Kelly through a tragic situation? Now let's go.
That almost took my life probably a week before she even met him.
Now, he said that she met R. Kelly through a tragic situation. Let me break this down to you people. Through a tragic situation. He said she met R. Kelly through a tragic situation a week before she almost took her life. Listen to the key words now. She met R. Kelly a week. 1 week. Share this video. A week. A week before her tragic incident. Okay? Listen to him.
Let me help everybody understand a little bit about the high temper suicide. Suicide comes from a first-time relationship. I knew the little young guy, very, very respectful young guy.
Wait a minute. He said he knew the young guy. Very respectable young guy. But this is the same guy that broke your daughter's heart. The same guy that finna cause your daughter to take her life. Okay? Now listen what he says now. These are his words. He knew the guy. And because, listen what he said. I ain't gonna say his word. Listen to him.
He cheated on her.
He cheated on her.
And blamed her music.
He cheated on her and he blamed her music. But my question is, what does that got to do with Robert fucking Sylvester Kelly? The same energy he put in about Robert Sylvester Kelly. Why is he taking the suicidal shit and try to play it like Robert Sylvester Kelly played on her suicide mission because of her music? I want to open y'all eyes up. He trying to take two different scenarios, two different situations, and then intertwine with them with R. Kelly. Like R. Kelly got Azriel when she was attempted suicidal allegedly, or almost took her life. Y'all understand what I'm saying? If you understand, put a 1 in the chat. Put an understand in the 2 in the chat that you don't understand, and I will break this down to you some more. So he's intertwining these two. Like R. Kelly played on Azriel's feelings because she was about to commit suicide. Now you got to remember now. You got to remember this. Listen to this. Yeah. I want y'all to understand this. This is what Angelo think he's smart, but he dumb. Listen what he does. Now, I'm remind y'all, he said she met R. Kelly a week prior before she attempted to commit suicide. I'm going to leave that right there. Now, watch this. I'm going to show y'all the conspiracy theory against Robert Sylvester Kelly.
Saying that she didn't have enough time to have a relationship and her music. She kept picking her music over him. So that was his reason for cheating.
He said the young man said that Azriel didn't have enough time and she picked her music over him, so he cheated and that led her to commit suicide. Well, my thing is, if she was so embedded into her fucking music, what the fuck she give a fuck about this nigga cheating? I mean, come on now. I mean, y'all want to talk some real shit today? Y'all want to get some real shit? So which one's more important? If her music career was more important and dude broke up because her music career, much as you scream how much she loved music, how could a boy intertwine with her music career if she was so much entwined with her music and you want to blame R. Kelly for taking her music career? I just want to pause right there for a hot second because I think y'all really got me fucked up around here and think I'm just a nigga that just listening to shit. And sometimes I say, sometimes you got to go back and listen to shit. Now listen what he said, man.
After her attempted suicide, a professional gave a letter of release. And in that letter it said the only time my daughter was where she needed to be mentally was when she talked about her music.
Now, a week before R. Kelly, he get a letter and say where his daughter need to be to release is to be dealing with her music. Now, all this is in the week before she supposed to allegedly attempt suicide. Now, listen to this man. Listen to this man. Oh, I'm a bad motherfucker. That's why them haters getting up out of here today. Now, from 1 week to the next week, that's when she met R. Kelly. But in between of that, of her committing almost attempted to commit suicide, she get a letter from the doctor, and the doctor said it's best for her to pursue her career because that's the only thing that can save her life, blah, 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 blah. But if it's so much of a career, why the fuck she try to attempt to kill herself in the first place if her music was so much important? That's all I'm saying.
When you talk about her music, that brought her back to her reality.
Yeah.
This was her comfort zone.
But if that was her comfort zone, then she would have never left the music anyway. She would have never committed suicide if that was her comfort zone. But you take this suicidal shit and involve this shit with Robert Sylvester Kelly, like she was going through something so tragic. And if she was going through something so tragic, why would you take her to an R. Kelly concert the next week? But in between this week and that week, in between there, the doctor wrote a letter and say, this is the prescription for her to pursue her music. That's the only thing that bring her life and joy. So if you're not worried about a grown-ass man taking advantage of your daughter, attempted suicide and shit like that, and she just experienced some shit, why would you put your own daughter in another situation after coming out of a situation? Do that make sense? My daughter just committed suicide. The doctor say this is the only way, but fuck that. I'm gonna take her here. I wouldn't give a fuck what the doctor said. I don't give a fuck. No, if my daughter attempt to commit suicide over a nigga, why would I want to put her around another nigga? Why would I want to put my daughter around another nigga to take advantage of her? And I ain't talking about R. Kelly specifically. I'm talking about period. If a man's supposed to protect his daughter, why would he put her in a situation, any given situation, when it comes to dealing with men, period? Now listen to this.
Herself. This is where she able to express everything she wants to do. Do not keep her from that. That was his advice to us. The thing about
that was his advice, but as a parent, you can trust your own judgment to do the right thing, but you listen to a doctor and your daughter almost commits suicide. That's why a lot of this shit don't make sense. So from 1 week, she met R. Kelly a prior week before the concert. But in between that, the doctor said, hey, this is the best thing to do for her because this will help brings her joy is to pursue her career. But this is what you do as a father. But to me as a father, since you want to try to compare parents, if my daughter committing suicide at this time, she don't need to be around no nigga. That's what real shit's supposed to go down. If my daughter trying to commit suicide, she don't need to be around no nigga. But carry on.
Where was the parents? Well, let's say where was the father?
Where was the parents?
Right there.
You hear what he said? Where was the parents or where was the father? He said he was right there. Hold on.
My daughter went to the concert with me.
His daughter went to the concert with him.
And as me as a man, you kind of meet different sorts of people that you don't worry about what their past is. You always worry about who you are.
You heard what he said? He said you don't worry about their past. Now I want to stop right there and I want to emphasize on that. He said you don't worry about their past. And basically he said you don't worry about R. Kelly past, you worry about who they are. So who is R. Kelly? Who is R. Kelly? Who is R. Kelly? He said you don't worry about their past, you worry about who they are. Well, who is R. Kelly? A R&B singer, a mega star, the king of R&B. So that was your focus. Your focus wasn't really on his past. Your focus was on who he was. These his words now. These ain't my words. That's his words. These ain't my words.
At that time, we hear a lot of things. And as though I'm from a different side of the street, I deal with people with a whole lot of background. I can't judge your background until it affect me.
Now, that's being biased. He said he deal with people with a whole lot of background. So he's saying he knew R. Kelly's situation with Aaliyah, the background, but he didn't give a fuck about that. Only time he gave a fuck about that is when it affected him. And you know how it affected him? Y'all do know how it affected Angelo, right? It affected Angelo when his daughter distanced herself and cut that bitch ass nigga off. That's how it affected him. And that's when he want to flip the script that R. Kelly was a monster. He fucks little girl, he rapists and all this shit. But in this video, this is what he says.
See, everything else was alleged. I didn't care if it was alleged or not really at that time because it was nothing.
Everything was alleged, right? You hear what he's saying? Everything was alleged. He didn't care not. Listen to his words. These ain't my words. He said everything was alleged. Everything was alleged. He didn't give a fuck or not.
Solidified. It was like, oh, we be charged, boom, boom. I never even.
Okay, he beat the charges. If he beat the charges, then why are you trying to go back and try to condemn him of his past when you say everybody got a past and everything is alleged and everything was solidified and all this as he got found not guilty? Why should I press? Man, did you hear that? Say that again. But he said he did not know his past. He said that even talking to me. He said, man, I ain't know the man past. I can get every video to show you where this man contradicted himself. And all this should be thrown in evidence. And this man, since he put up a hard fight, should be subpoenaed by the fucking lawyers. He said it. He said he didn't know nothing about his past. But listen what he say right here. Free R. Kelly.
Paid no attention to it. Did I know about Aaliyah and all that? Hell yes. Did my daughter have a sit down and understand?
Did he know about Aaliyah? What'd he say? Hell yes. He knew about Aaliyah. I'm gonna go here, y'all. I'm gonna go somewhere with this video because it's all go join together. Why it's a setup against Robert Sylvester Kelly by the fucking government that's involved in this shit. Listen to this.
Saying who she was being around and wanted to work with. Yes. Did we fight and go back and forth?
I'm gonna play this one back again.
Saying that she didn't have enough time to have a relationship in her music. She kept picking her music over him. So
listen to this.
After her attempted suicide, confession gave a letter of release, and in that letter it said the only time.
And then you know when he say a profession, who is the fucking profession? Who's the profession that gave Angelo a letter of release on how he should raise his child, or what's his next move to make with his child? Who is the profession? What's the profession name? See, these is the shit when motherfuckers coming to play and saying shit and thinking they ain't got nothing to do with shit when they got something to do with shit. Because if you lying about this, could you be lying about that too? That's the point I'm trying to make. Who is the profession? Because if you lying about that, could you be lying about everything else when it comes to Robert Sylvester Kelly? Or is it a bad business deal that went bad? And I'm going to get into that next.
My daughter was where she needed to be mentally was when she talked about her music.
I played it already.
When you talk about her music, that brought her back to her reality.
Listen what he said now. Listen.
This is her comfort zone. This is where she's most herself. This is where she's able to express everything she wants to do. Do not keep her from that. That was his advice to us. The thing about where was the parents?
I do not own the rights to this. Shout out to Shabazz.
I was right there. My daughter went to the concert with me. And you know, as me as a man, you kind of meet different sorts of people that you don't worry about what their past is. You always worry about who you are. At that time, we hear a lot of things. As though I'm from a different side of the street, I deal with people with a whole lot of background. I can't judge your background until it affect me, who I see. Everything else was alleged. I didn't care if they was alleged or not really at that time. Because
he didn't even care if they were alleged or not at that time. Because he was thinking fame, fortune, money, his daughter making it, him being a part of her making it. That's why he didn't give a fuck.
It was nothing solidified. It was like, oh, it'd be charged, boom, boom. I never even paid no attention to it. Did I know about Aaliyah and all that? Hell yes. Did my daughter have a sit down and understand who she was being around and wanted to work with? Yes. Did we fight and go back and forth with her? Yes. My daughter wasn't a 10-year-old or 11-year-old. My daughter was 17 years old, ready to be 18, was able to make her own music decisions on her own. So therefore, we thought we raised our daughter to always be truthful, understanding, and always give us the truth. So where was daddy? Right goddamn there.
Yeah.
You ain't never.
And because you there, that don't mean she learned shit from you. But anyway.
Heard me say I wasn't never around R. Kelly, never met him. I met him, looked this man in his face, and talked about step by step what we was going to do.
He met R. Kelly, talked R. Kelly, and talked to him step by step. So, but in the media, you saying that you ain't met R. Kelly. You in the media, you saying you ain't really talked to R. Kelly like that. You don't know R. Kelly like that. But you had to know R. Kelly like that because you just said, I met the man, sat down, had talked to talk, man. I had plans with the man. So that means you already knew your purpose, your mission, Azriel purpose, Azriel mission, but you claim it to social media that he didn't know R. Kelly. He didn't care.
He violated the step.
Now he's saying R. Kelly violated the step. And he, because R. Kelly, he say violated the steps, that's when he pulled out this 17-year-old, I heard my daughter's having sex. But carry on.
I pick up shit real quick. When I tell you this guy put me to sleep, but his whole approach was unreal. Like, did I have a thought in my mind that my daughter was lying to me or that I need to not trust her? No. No. My daughter was supposed to work with this man, agreed, something that me and him agreed on.
You hear that? Agreed on something that him and R. Kelly agreed on. Did y'all hear him say that? He said him and R. Kelly agreed on. But you don't know R. Kelly. He just up and got your daughter and you don't know nothing. But it's something that you and R. Kelly agreed on. That's why I say if the attorneys is really smart, they would subpoena this con artist ass nigga. His background is long enough to free R. Kelly. Believe that. Subpoena this nigga.
No money. He never gave up shit. He never gave me not a dime. Never offered me a dime. This was a working relationship on behind the scene to show her the touring part of it.
This was a working behind the scene relationship. So it had to be a working behind the scene relationship between Angelo, R. Kelly, and Azriel. Angelo said there was a working behind the scene relationship between him, Azriel, and R. Kelly. But he don't know R. Kelly. R. Kelly brainwashed him. He said he took her to the concert a week after her incident. Now you tell me what that sound like. That R. Kelly was looking for her or were they looking for him?
That was it. See, it wasn't about wasting the money in the studio. She already had that. Me as a parent, if I had the opportunity to do it again, it would be a hell no. Probably a little stronger words than that I would absolutely not have. But it happened. So do I take responsibility? Hell yeah. Do I?
No, you don't. Because if you take responsibility, R. Kelly wouldn't be in this situation. Because you wouldn't be prancing your ass around these YouTube streets trying to threaten bloggers like me and anybody else who do commentary on Azriel Clary, because Azriel Clary is a public figure. I did not say she worked for the government. TMZ said she's working with the government. I don't know why you go out the bloggers but can't go out TMZ, and TMZ got a bigger platform than me. Make this shit make sense.
I feel like I failed my daughter.
And if you failed her, that is your fault. That is not R. Kelly's fault because you failed your daughter, because Alice failed her daughter. That's not R. Kelly's fault. That's you, the parents' fault.
I failed her, and by trusting her, that's what I felt like I failed. I failed in myself.
And because she lied to you, you want R. Kelly to pay for her lies. But we go get to what she told you.
That I should have went with my gut and said, no, it shouldn't have happened. All that crying and having a fit, and this was her shot, and taking in consideration that my daughter tried to bring harm to herself, I should have just put that out the door.
Yeah.
You know,
you should have stood up as a man and say, fuck that. Sit your ass down, get some healing, get some counseling, but you choose the money way, not the right way.
And that's where I was standing firm at to one point. You know, but when what everybody don't understand is they gotta go through seeing your daughter submerged in water with pills and shit.
And pro R. Kelly, I will.
Yeah. Now, let's go here. Give y'all these breakdown points, man, because this shit need to be publicized. Share this video. Now, everybody see this. Do you all see this person on the screen? Who is this person on the screen? Anybody see this person on the screen? Anybody see this person on the screen? Now, this person on the screen in 2019 is on his phone on Facebook Live talking to Angelo. Angelo did not know he was talking to me, and this is how Larry came in the picture with all the threatening me and Dana J, because they all been working together. And for you just people that walked in, R. Kelly do not know Dana J. He is just a fan. He is just using R. Kelly name to fraud a fucking scheme. Okay? This is why Angelo don't like me. Let me play this for you. Call me while I was working. Or call me while I was on Facebook. Okay? Listen to him. Let me know if y'all can hear this. And then, you know, I understand. Just like that. And you from Baltimore, right? And Dana from Baltimore too, right?
And one thing you heard, Dana, shut the fuck up when you say Angelo name.
Yeah.
Ain't up on a phone call to find out who the fuck I know.
Yeah, they trying to say you and Dana cousins and all this old shit.
Hey man, listen, you know when you bark up the wrong tree, you become a motherfucker's cousin real quick.
So you ain't his cousin.
No.
Man.
Everybody know that he ain't my cousin.
Hey man, and that's and dude is another thing, because we had got into it. We did the rally or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And
I know who you are now. You the one that you and Dana got to.
Yeah. Now remember, he said, I know who you are now. You the one you and Dana got into it. The nigga didn't know me. But listen what the nigga started to say. I'm that nigga. Yeah. Yeah, I'm DJ. I asked you, did you know me?
Hey, man, don't make me hide you down here, man.
Don't make me hire you down here to have a sit down like he was trying to recruit me or some shit. No, nigga, I'm not Dumbo, Dana J, or Larry.
Sit down, what you had to say to me? No, just fuck.
I know. Hey, I'm cool. I just, hey, listen.
I just look yourself up, right? I laughed because I never heard of it. I did it supposed to be somebody broadcast heaven, and they out there. So my man, I ain't gonna say who my man is, but I'm not using the sorry your position.
Somebody broke in R. Kelly house.
Down in the lounge.
Yeah. And they're supposed to do it. The shit went a whole nother way.
Whole nother way. I mean, for her, it's paradise. But what I'm thinking is, okay, well, he got his own message before you was born, man. So now look at it. You have nothing. So this shit don't turn out exactly like it is. Yeah, you got a little story. You might get a little deal. It ain't gonna be what? You're gonna be fucked back up. And hopefully you still have the innocent thing. You still want to do something for you ready to work.
So you think if she would have sat up there and went in there and did a song with R. Kelly, and all this shit would have been going on with her being 17 and all this shit?
I don't think none of it would have really went on, because she would have got to fulfill her independence. They fell in love, whatever the fuck number is. Then, I mean, what can you be from? But if your motherfucker just take the motherfucker door and don't do shit with them, and
Bad business situation leads to R. Kelly getting a federal indictment. Are y'all serious? And this man says all these things. You telling me, as a black man, that this can't be used to help vindicate Robert Sylvester Kelly? Put a 1 in the chat for yes, 2 in the chat for no. I keep playing. Yeah, I was on my live on Facebook and he called in. Well, I was talking to my people on Facebook Live. And this can't be used to help R. Kelly get out. Okay. I'll be subpoenaing a lot of motherfuckers.
So, let me say this. If I know as a man, I'm talking about a grown man, a grown 40-something-year-old man. If I know my daughter is going to be around somebody who's known for being around young girls or whatever, why would I put her in that situation in the first place? I'm just as responsible as my daughter is. I'm just as responsible as R. Kelly is, bro. Come on, man. If I was the one that was responsible, I would take responsibility if I lived in Chicago. I don't live in no Chicago. I don't follow no fucking R. Kelly. So I ain't care nothing about R. Kelly. It ain't about no follower. Hold on. It was a business deal, and that was it. Y'all have the history of knowing what he did. I only know what
he said he don't know nothing about R. Kelly, but then he just said in the other video, he knew about Aaliyah, he knew about the alleged shit, and all this was solidified. But y'all hear what he's saying here? Y'all listening to the shit he's saying here? Now it's this word. I'm gonna please work again. I want you to hear what he say in the other video with the black screen.
If I was the one that was responsible, I would take responsibility if I lived in Chicago. I don't live in no Chicago. I don't follow no fucking R. Kelly. So I ain't care nothing about R. Kelly. It ain't about no follower.
He said, I don't follow no fucking R. Kelly, so I don't give no fuck about no R. Kelly. Okay? But in the other video, he said, yeah, I knew about Aaliyah. I knew the case, this, that, and the other. But you don't know. Come on, y'all. Free R. Kelly. That's all I'm going to keep screaming. Free R. Kelly. If the system want to be right and take shit off of social media, we need to take this shit right here and let this man eat his motherfucking words in court and see if he's lying or telling the goddamn truth. Because if I was a fucking lawyer, and I'm so glad, that's why Dana J bitch ass mad, because I did my own investigative work. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna be mad at that.
It was a business deal, and that was it.
It was a business deal, and that was it. So where was Azriel hurt at? Where was she kidnapped at? Where was she manipulated at? Where was she the victim at? Your daughter was a business deal. Listen to the words he's saying, not me. He used his daughter as a pawn, and I kept saying this over and over again. He a trifling ass dude.
I don't have this history of knowing what he did. I only know when he got allegations on that or whatever, and I know he's still a fucking star. That is it. That's all only thing I pay attention to. Now, if y'all know all this dirt and y'all city, that's in y'all city. Everybody else don't know it because in the world, all we look at what we can read, see, TV, this and that.
Right.
What I know is he just got another contract and a motherfucking $100,000 tour going on.
Right.
This man can't be this fucking pervert everybody thinks.
Now you heard what he said. He just got another contract with $100,000. That go to show you he didn't give a fuck about none of that lead shit. None of that shit that was pertaining to Robert Sylvester Kelly and Aaliyah and the young girls. All he gave a fuck was about that money and that $100,000 contract. Listen to this man, y'all. Are y'all listening? I don't give a fuck who leave. I don't care who stay or go. But share this goddamn video before your ass leave out. That nigga said out his own mouth, he didn't give a fuck about none of that. All he know, R. Kelly had a $100,000 contract and all this goofy ass shit. And all he wanted was a piece of the pie. Let me play it again for you people.
Everybody else don't know it because in the world, all we look at what we can read, see, TV, this and that.
Right.
What I know is he just got another contract And so
he said his man can't be this pervert, all this, that, and the other. Now, R. Kelly's a pervert. All because people keep signing him and da 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 da. Y'all hear this shit? Do y'all hear this shit? He ain't getting a fuck. Oh, you going on a tour with $100,000 of the tour and da 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 da. I better share this video and wake these slow ass people up.
So you, I didn't really care about that either. So you mean to tell me you didn't know R. Kelly had a 2008 trial dealing with the girl Rashonda and all that shit? You didn't know all that? I don't know them. Why would I? You know when I was at 2008, bro, I was hanging with Floyd Mayweather under a fucking boxing tag with a goddamn heavyweight champion that I helped bring out with finance. That's what I was doing in 2008. So if you think I was talking about R. Kelly and fucking court, that was far from my mind. That motherfucker that same choose you help. My whole world don't resist exist.
Y'all hear what he's saying? Free R. Kelly.
About music and this and that. When they come around with my daughter and she's singing, that's when things in life change. Okay. My daughter was living in Las Vegas and never even heard of when 2008. And so you telling me before you even knew your R. Kelly, whatever, you didn't even know R. Kelly had a rap sheet. You didn't know he didn't. Was it? Of course, we heard the allegations. I mean, I'm confused on what we. Okay, that's what the point I'm trying. Okay. Now stop right there. Now we talking. People saying that I got a fellow. What the fuck do that mean if we're going to do this? Yeah, but you said you heard of the allegations. But if you heard of the allegations before you got your daughter involved with R. Kelly, you mean to tell me you ain't never heard nothing about R. Kelly with the peeing on the girl and all the allegations with that shit, and he went to court and got acquitted? I'm confused. So what are we trying to say? If I knew or not? If I knew or not? Because if you knew, brother, my thing with this, brother, breaking the law. I understand breaking the law. Breaking the law, breaking a vow of my 17-year-old daughter. That's what I have a problem with. I don't give a fuck about all that stuff.
See that? Let me go back and play that part again.
But you said you heard of the allegations. But if you heard of the allegations before you got your daughter involved with R. Kelly, you mean to tell me you ain't never heard nothing about R. Kelly with the peeing on the girl and all the allegations with that shit, and he went to court and got acquitted? I'm confused. So what are we trying to say? If I knew or not? If I knew or not? Because if you knew, brother, my thing with this, brother, breaking the law. I understand breaking the law. Breaking the law, breaking a vow of my 17-year-old daughter.
Y'all heard that? Making a vow with my 17-year-old stepdaughter. Making a vow, breaking a vow with my 17-year-old stepdaughter. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Did you just hear that? Did you heard that? Do I got to play it again? How many times I got to play it again, y'all? I played about 25,000 times if you want me to. Breaking the vow with my 17-year-old stepdaughter. So why he can't get subpoenaed?
With the peeing on the girl and all the allegations with that shit, and he went to court and got acquitted. I'm confused. So what are we trying to say? If I knew or not? If I knew or not? Because if you knew, brother, my thing with this, brother, breaking the law. I understand breaking the law. Breaking the law, breaking a vow of my 17-year-old daughter. That's what I have a problem with. I don't give a fuck about all that stuff.
You hear that? There you have it right there, DJ Tyson. Put those ones in the chat. Share this goddamn video. I told you we can go back down memory lane. Because all this shit, if they want to talk about all this and got all this evidence and shit they want to use, why this can't be used? Why this can't be used? Yeah. they working together. They most definitely is. Yeah. And for you slow people that just came in and ain't aware, R. Kelly don't know Dana J. Facts. Don Russell is a real one. R. Kelly don't know Dana J. He's just a fan trying to cash in on this man's name. While we listening to Judge Dana Angelo talk about R. Kelly and they're eventually going to expedite him in New York to the Bronx, or what's that? The Bronx or New Jersey, one of them motherfuckers. Dana J is online promoting the R. Kelly Defense Fund. I thought all that shit was shut down. Leave it up to him. All that shit is shut down. Make it make sense. But that's his mentor. You would think he would be on the call listening what they saying about his mentor and bring it to his people about what they said. But instead, exactly, Lee Jones. And I pray that whatever it is, that everything Angelo said can be used against him in a court of law. Everything Asbiel said can be used against her in a court of law. Another thing that strikes me, and I'm going to close you all with this. I want y'all to see this video, but this strikes me as well. You know, a lot of people don't want to hear the same shit, but the same shit got to be heard in order for somebody to hear the right shit. Yeah, I go back down memory lane a lot of times. I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers still need to hear what's cracking. We need to hear what's going on in this world today. Again, I'm just a blogger with an opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. If people don't like my opinion, that's your problem. Don't watch my channel. We go get the truth off over here while they playing over there. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you enjoyed this live so far. I'm almost done. Check this out. People want to say shit about me. Let me say this to you, Danny Gay. At the end of the day, I will always be realer than you, dude. You ain't even nowhere close to being real. You is a fraud. You will always be a fraud. Continue to be a fraud. And ain't nothing in you is the truth. So I want you all to watch this. this video up there so y'all can see this shit for yourself. Becoming neighbors, man. Video, here you go, right here. This here should beat the cake right here. If they can't free R. Kelly off of this, man, the lawyers is not doing their goddamn job. I'll say that for a fact. That yeah. If they can't free R. Kelly off of this, I mean, let this play a part in it. Something ain't right. We got a video right here. I got it. Sometimes gotta look for it. I think I uploaded the video. This was Slam Dunk's the case. Right here. Here we go. I got it right here, y'all. Let me see after mine last this.
My Father's Day.
And the small things make him happy. He's Capricorn. It doesn't take much to, make him happy. And just to see
What the fuck is the video? No, they ain't strike my shit. So, can I click the video? I want to Slam Dunk with this. Patience is a virtue. Just bear with me. In the meantime, what y'all think about this live today? Use all share this. I'm not going down. I know that's it. I got to figure out this side of it. Take this one in. Just, you don't get on that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta do that, right? I think they had the video took down. Yeah, that's what it's saying about video taken down. No, here you go. I got it. My bad, y'all. I have to go find the video. Now I'm going to show y'all the video. And we're going to slam dunk it with this in your face. Now, if this don't get R. Kelly out, I don't know what's wrong with you people. Close out with a bang.
And reunite with Azriel finally came to an end.
That's my baby right here.
He reunited with his daughter, and they immediately began to repair a strained father and daughter relationship. Azriel, at the time, seemed to still hold on to a resentment built on everything she had just gone through.
I think we still have to address the elephant in the room. We haven't really taken that time, to do so.
It's not about what the world thought it was about. It was about me getting relationships with my daughter, getting the understanding that she was good. Through all the back and forward, the talk, the media, everything, you got painted a picture. So what I needed was confirmation from my daughter.
I understand that, and I respect that completely. But I feel like for me, where it was so hard for me, and why I continue to not have communication with my family, is because this Lifetime documentary stuff just happened within the last 2 years. And then out of nowhere, these last 2 years, you hear, oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, that is happening. I just feel like, how can you be oblivious to the years that I was okay and just snap, oh my God, I need to know where my daughter's at. She's this, she's that. I need to make sure she's okay. Like, I've been okay for 3 years prior. That's where I drew my line, because at that point, I was an adult. And at that point, I felt like I was okay. So to believe something like that, so extreme, so bizarre, so outrageous, I just couldn't even fathom my parents believing something as bizarre as that. I just really couldn't.
And that's fair. But what you gotta understand is, we haven't talked after 16. That's when you graduated. That's when things went blank.
It didn't go blank, but communication slowed down, because at that point I was an adult.
Exactly. It was never black community.
Now,
I
hold
show
on.
you text messages over and over.
But that's to him.
To him, to your phones, to everybody's phone.
And I would call you guys.
No, I have received on an Apple. I don't have an Apple phone too.
I would call you guys. Don't paint no picture. Like, I have not talked to you guys in over a year, because I would call you guys 4 or 5 months at a time. And when I would call you guys would be yelling. You guys would be cursing me out. Mommy would be yelling at the top of her lungs. And so what I would do, I'd say, okay, I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 months. And then hopefully you just miss me so much that you just want to talk to me and your arms are open. And eventually it got to that. Unfortunately, it took a little bit longer than I anticipated.
As a parent, guess what? If you did for 4 or 5 months and we didn't hear from you, how do we know?
Okay, so let me ask you this. Before graduation, I was not even checking in every day then.
Yeah, well, as I talk to you, you'll be like, Dad, I'm busy. I'll call you back. It was no more. You wasn't talking, but you was texting. And if you're free, you don't call me. Hey, Dad, what you doing?
But I didn't do it every day. Now, don't paint up like I did every day. Now, maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks or so.
I didn't have to call you every day.
Okay, so why, when I become 18, 19, 20, 21, I got to check in with y'all every day?
Where do you get that from?
Your wife. This is what you don't understand.
What?
Your wife called me, my mother, saying, oh, there's a lot of rumors going around. I need you to call me every single day. I need to hear your voice every day. I need you to check in with me every day. I said, first of all, I haven't been doing that for these first couple of years. So now that I'm an adult, I'm definitely not about to check in with you every day. And that's what started it all. Because of her pride and my pride.
So what did that have to do with me?
You're attached to her. That's your wife. That's your wife.
So I became the enemy, but you're the feud.
Because when I was talking to you, you would be young too.
Because if you say your beef was with your mom, then you said, oh,
I feel like it was with both of you guys because, like I said, both you and her, when I would call, it was nothing but argument.
I was never present with you and your mother. I was never present with you and your mother. That's why I never knew when you and your mother talked. What I did was found out when your mother told me she talked to you and y'all argued or whatever, and I would call you. And you would have the same attitude you and her left with towards me.
Yes, I would.
Okay, but I didn't have anything to do with that. So therefore, give me a chance to pick what side of the on, who's right and wrong. You came at me aggressive because of you and her.
This is not it because I know your wife confides in you, and I know she's going to explain it to you.
Exactly. But she's not going to give me everything, evidently. Because
so as you can see, the elephant still needs to be addressed.
But that's the thing.
Which will be addressed.
But what I'm telling you is don't merge us. Like I never merged you. See, I could have been one of the parents that just felt victim. I made sure you stayed in certain right. Because once you miss, yes, I know that how much you let me fall. So for me not to talk to you for these terms and these times, it's a problem. I don't need to talk to you every day, but I need you to check in and let me know, hey, Dad, I'm fine. So when it comes to me having to track and run and travel and do all this, it's a problem, man. Especially when I talk to your better half at that time. He make it seem like it's a game. And you ain't gonna play games with me with my child. So the difference was with him, he wasn't dictating that to you. So that's where me and his war started. If he was dictating it to you, you could have put it off by calling me saying, hey, Dad, it ain't like that, I'm good, this and that.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Robert would ask me to call you guys, and no matter what city we were in, he would say, is this your father's number or is this your mother's number? And it would say, call me. And I would say, yes, that is my father's number. He was like, you need to call him. And I would say, I'm not going to call him. Because at that point, the only thing I get is bickering every time I pick up the phone. So if I can avoid it, if I can enjoy myself in this nice little penthouse lobby in New York for the weekend, I'm going to enjoy my weekend. It was very suffocating because I was an adult at the end of the day, period. And like I said, I'm not obligated to answer anyone. I know that you are my father and I love you dearly, but if I was a homeless person on the street right now with a cell phone and I did not want to call you, I would have that right. Now, would it make it right? Probably not. But I am obligated to that right if I don't want to.
But me as your father, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hunt every street, every corner, every curve, every bridge until I find you. Because
I feel like I'm looking for hope. It's very hard. I've spent my last years with this man, so it's not something that I can just turn on and off.
From screenshotting.
I feel like I'm a very intelligent, smart, bright 21-year-old. I am definitely young, but I'm very mature in spirit. And I just feel like, anyone who thinks that I'm brainwashed and not, smart enough to make my own decisions, I just feel like that determines how, their mentality. That's not something I can control, but I know that I'm very smart and I know that I'm intelligent. So, Rob, our last conversation that I had with him in Chicago, he inspired me and told me, Bear, just do what you want, do what makes you happy. He told me, you continue to pursue my dreams, pursue whatever I want to pursue, and that's really all that I would be able to do. It feels like a high. I mean, it feels like, you're in love, you're happy to be in love, and you feel like no matter what you go through with this person, it's worth going through because there's no other person you would want to go through this with. And that's with, you being in love with whoever it is. You know, not just me and Rob personally, but that could be any other person's relationship. You just feel like no matter what, the good or the bad, you want to go through it with that person. I feel like, truthfully, all of the women that have been associated with Robert, I feel like, this is me personally, once they saw him as a celebrity, not as a human being. They did not meet him at church. They didn't know him no which way, except for as R. Kelly, whether they saw him at a mall, whether they saw him at a movie theater, whether they saw him at a park, whether they saw him at a show. And so, no matter what, all of them met him as a celebrity. And they were infatuated with that celebrity. And because of that, I feel like a lot of them just dated him because of that. Because of who he was, because of the life that he had, because of the life that he could provide them. You know, a lot of them talk about how badly they were tortured, but can you talk about the shopping scenes? Can you talk about you keeping your hair and nails done? Can you talk about all the great times that you had dinner and was spending money and was splurging and was so happy? Because one thing about Robert, he has a very giving heart. And there is no way at all whatsoever that he is a celebrity and he's not giving them a penny to enjoy themselves. And that's where I get so upset, because as a celebrity, he has no reason to keep you kidnapped or keep you tied up. He just has no reason to do that when he can allow you to move freely, take care of you, and still, you know, at the end of the day, whatever will happen, you know. So for people to just say that, you know, oh, I was just kidnapped, or I was tied up, I couldn't leave, I couldn't do this, it's like, what about the good times? I know there were good times.
My deepest condolences is to Chicago, because after finding out,
Angelo's quest to recover and reunite with Azriel finally came to an end.
that's my baby right here.
He reunited with his daughter, and they immediately began to repair a strained father and daughter relationship.
Now, after y'all saw that, how many would y'all scream free R. Kelly? How many would y'all really scream free R. Kelly? After watching that alone, fuck the, you know, all the other bullshit. Again, how many of y'all would put free R. Kelly right now in the chat? How many would y'all find R. Kelly not guilty? How many would y'all find R. Kelly guilty? How many of y'all think it'll be the hung jury? Come on now. If they go put all this evidence against R. Kelly when it comes to this whole indictment and federal indictment and all that, and they want to put this in there, a lot of shit should be subpoenaed. The parents should be subpoenaed. Videos that they want to say they found 100 devices and all of those shit, and they want to put that shit in there, then I feel the defense should be able to put this shit in there and show this to the jury too. So stop playing with me like I'm on the fucking slow bus and want me to believe everything when this young lady said publicly with her own fucking voice, her own fucking mouth, that she was not a fucking victim. Okay? Now, thank y'all for tuning in to my live. I'm the one and only Kevin Terrell, DJ Tyson, to bring y'all none of the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. One thing for sure. Two things for certain. That's why they mad at me. Shout out to Shabazz. Shout out to motherfucking Shabazz. Man. And every time I see shit like this, man, y'all can't tell me this all ain't no setup, man. They wait till they get this man locked up to conjure up all this shit. But why they ain't have all this shit before they got him locked up? And then you got to look at the government like this. Why they ain't get all this shit before they got him locked up? And why they had to conjure up shit why he locked up? Why they had to get Azriel to flip why he locked up to build a fucking case why this man locked up? Still free R. Kelly. Period. Some bullshit in the game. Some bullshit in the motherfucking game. Just heard the daddy. Just heard the daughter. You heard our conversation. You can't tell me R. Kelly can't go free? Really? You telling me R. Kelly can't go free? You just heard the daddy. You just heard the daughter. You just heard the conversation with me and the daddy. And you just heard the conversation with her and her daddy. You just heard the Gayle King at the beginning. And you mean to tell me this girl is lying? Share this. Share this video. Everybody. IG, Twitter, Instagram, I don't give a damn. IG, Twitter, Instagram, I don't give a damn. IG, Twitter, Instagram, I don't give a damn. Share this video. Now, they don't think the lawyers ain't got shit to fight with, man, after listening to this shit. Yeah. Yeah. See, I got to get a shirt saying I'm bad, for real, for real. That's why them haters hating on me so hard, man. Levi don't want it free. And for y'all that just came in, the word is official. Dana J don't know R. Kelly. He was just a fan that brought people around to make himself to be bigger than what it was. I told y'all he inserted himself. Him and Angelo is working together. Dana just playing on the R. Kelly supporters to get finances to promote his fake ass fucking career or whatever the fuck. And running that Chicago, I know him. And to the person that called in and say I was jealous of Dana J and I wanted to take a spot because he would represent Chicago. First of all, a nigga from Baltimore could never tell you about a motherfucker from Chicago, especially they ain't from Chicago. A nigga from Baltimore can't tell you about somebody when you ain't seen them around that person. I've been in Chicago all my life. And I'll say this again, if you want to go back and do the research, you look at any of them videos, what do you see Dana J at? None. If any person that could ever say they knew R. Kelly, that would be that fat, light-skinned dude that always in the videos. And the video I almost think of is I Wish and Gangsta Girl. That light-skinned dude be in a lot of R. Kelly videos. But this bitch-ass nigga Dana J, R. Kelly don't know him. He's just a fan. They're trying to capitalize off this money and financial gain. And not only that, it was about 30 episodes of Trapped in a Closet, and you ain't see Dana J play one gay part. Okay? Since he like to play gay roles, you ain't see that nigga play not one gay part in Trapped in a Closet. Do your homework on Dana J. Don't just take my word for it. Do your homework. Go back to 2018, 17, 16. All the pictures that he got of R. Kelly is nothing but 2019 photo op ass pictures to brainwash you peoples on the internet because he got something to do with R. Kelly being locked up. I'm telling y'all, subscribe to my channel. If you want to get some real shit, this is the channel to be at. That nigga is a fan. You know what I'm saying? And he used them people, man. Let's go look at all this shit. He ain't never no pictures in R. Kelly going back in those days. Straight up. That nigga's a fraud. I believe that nigga's a fraud. You know, I said any motherfucker around R. Kelly is a fraud. And he took that man thing that R. Kelly raised him and like a father or sent him to school. He took that African gene, whoever story, and tried to make it his. Lying to them people. Yeah, I bet he is planning a rally in Brooklyn. I bet he is. They'll scam their ass too. Tell you, he just using R. Kelly name for a scam. It's done. Here another Debosky. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. That nigga been exposed. R. Kelly don't know him. Nigga don't even make no sense talking about a goddamn rally. Don't go to that shit. That nigga's a fraud. Okay? I thank you all for tuning into my live on the one on the DJ Tyson. I appreciate y'all. You want to drop a donation to my channel? It's still my job. I love doing what I do. And I got some more shit to bring. Okay? I'm going to bring the conversation. I'm going to get that video. with Dana J and Jasmine on my live when I was on uh, Facebook. I found that video. I got it. I just got to know what I did with it. I went back and I looked for it in the group, and I found that motherfucker. And I'm trying to see where's that video at. Yeah, but something ain't right. Something ain't right. It just ain't right. You can't take what ain't right. Let me see, can I find it real quick? I'm gonna let y'all watch. Oh, let me give y'all this one too. And I'm finna get on my Faith Rogers shit. I'm finna get on my Faith Rogers shit too. You know, she twerking in front of her daddy. Her daddy's supposed to be a pastor. Boy, these people is funny, man. Look at this shit. She need a hot boy. Yeah, support my channel, y'all. Look at this. We got a bonus. Remember this?
The ones that don't care to stop, eat dick, swallow the cum, and they know how to pop. I need a project, bitch. A hood rat, bitch. One that don't give a fuck, she say she cook that bitch. Yeah, don't get with it. She know I would do that, she know I don't hold it with it. Open a little, feel a nigga like she want me in it. I turn around and
Let me go back and play that again.
the ones that don't care to stop, eat dick, swallow the cum, and they know how to pop. I need a project, bitch. A hood rat, bitch. One that don't give a fuck, she say she cook that bitch. Yeah, don't get with it. She know I would do that, she know I don't hold it with it. Open a little, feel a nigga like she want me in it. I turn around and
Famous Faith Rogers. That is the famous Faith Rogers. She need a project chick, a hood rat chick, saying she never took that dick. Yeah, all these alleged victims, they turn it up, showing me titties. I'm trying to see, trying to see where is this video. I seen it. If I have to upload, I upload. Look at Dana Angelo for all that. I found y'all. Well, I thank y'all for tuning in to my live today. I do appreciate y'all. Share this video, spread this video, let people see what it is instead of what they think it is. What they seeing is a bunch of bullshit. Trying to see what about this video, man. Man, I was in the fucking comment, but I downloaded that bitch. Me and Dana J on the live. Show y'all that video. But I get it. I get it. We'll get it. But I know I had it. Just gotta find out where it's at. So thank you all for tuning in. You all have a beautiful Thursday. Appreciate all you guys. God bless you guys. And until we see each other again. Be safe. Stay smart. Stay away from the I'm a bad man. Don't forget about the walk for kills, y'all, on the 16th to 17th. Don't forget the walk for kills. Yeah. Yeah, man. Thank y'all for the donations. And talk to y'all later.